Hi, I'm Jared Fry, General Manager of Medina TV, and I want to welcome you to this special edition of our Candidates Forum, in which we're focusing on the Medina City Schools levy that will be on the ballot this May. On May 8th, 2018, Medina City Schools will be on the ballot with a 5.2 mil substitute emergency levy, which will substitute the current 5.9 mil levy, which will expire December 31st of 2018. You see the difference in the millage, and I know we had a conversation with Aaron Sable, Superintendent of Medina City Schools, in an earlier program in which the residents will see no change in the collection. It will still collect at 6.6 mil, but because of the property values, the increase in property values, that millage has gone down from 5.9 to 5.2 mils. So the residents will see no increase in taxes with this new substitute emergency levy. And here to explain a little bit more about the new levy and some of the benefits of that, we have Tina Cassidy, the Director of Instruction for Medina City Schools, and Mattie, the Assistant Director of Instruction for Medina City Schools. Thank you for joining me in studio here today, guys.
Oh,
thanks, Jared.
Glad to be here.
So we were able to meet with Aaron Sable, the superintendent, and we were able to discuss some of the financials and the wording behind this levy and how that goes into effect. But I kind of want to bring you guys in today to talk about the instruction, because one of the key points was with the original passage of the levy in 2013, you guys were able to listen to the residents and through community forums and able to bring programs back that they were requesting or looking to have back. So I guess, Tina, why don't you touch a little bit about on some of those programs that were able to come back because of that levy in 2013.
Sure, yes. Well, in 2013, we were able to bring some programs back, like you said. One of the biggest things that we brought back was busing. So that was one of the things that was cut previously, and that was something that was very important to our residents. So students, before that, we were at the state minimum, which was 2 miles. So if you lived 2 miles or further out, then you got busing. With the levy passage, we were able to bring that to 1 mile. So that really helped parents out. At the instructional level, at the elementary level, we were able to bring a lot of positions back. So one of the things we brought back was reading intervention, helping students that had struggles with reading, which has been very helpful for us. We also brought back half-time gifted teachers. We also brought back counselors to the elementary school, which we hadn't had in years, and then we also prior to that levy, we had gone down to 2/3. So students were only getting 2/3 of art or 2/3 of music. So with the passage of that levy at the elementary level, they were able to go back to a full year of art, PE, and music. So those were the elementary things that we were able to bring back. At the middle school and high school level, before the last levy, we had a lot of students sitting in study halls. And so we were able to bring back a lot of electives that help students get out of study halls and into classrooms learning, which is what we want. So we were able to bring back electives such as world languages. We brought in ASL, which is sign language at the high school, which has been very popular. A lot of kids have really enjoyed that class. We brought back sports. We brought in sports marketing, which has been very popular with students at the high school as well. At the middle school, we brought back classes we created classes such as digital media, introduction to world languages, and psychology, classes like that, so that we could get kids out of study hall and into classrooms.
And the key to this too is it's a lot of what the residents, the voters, the parents were looking. They were coming to these meetings. I know we were there taping a lot of them, and especially the gifted program, the reading intervention, the guidance counselors, just as a few of the items, not to mention the encore that you mentioned. I guess when you have the residents and the parents wanting to see that kind of stuff and then showing their support by passing the levy, especially with the new state mandates when you talk about the reading intervention with now the reading levels. I don't know if you want to touch on that a little bit, how important that is that came about.
Yes, the state has implemented a third grade reading guarantee. So by third grade, they want to see students reading at a third grade level, and students that aren't reading at a third grade level then would need to be retained and stay in third grade for another year. So reading intervention has been instrumental in helping us make sure that kids are ready for that third grade reading guarantee.
And I think at the same standpoint too, as we mentioned, guidance counselors, what a vital role they play now. I mean, sure, you look back 5 years ago, you may not think of that, but everything that's happened in the world in the last 5 years, and especially the pressures on students as they go through school and try to work their way out into the real world, a lot of help is needed along that way, and that's where those guidance counselors come in handy.
Absolutely. Principals have found the guidance counselor help invaluable in dealing with students and anxieties, and there has been more and more of that.
Mm-hmm. Now, Matt, kind of putting us into that role, so we had the passage back 5 years ago, or coming up on 5 years ago, and all these wonderful programs were implemented at the request of our voters and parents. What have you seen from an academic standpoint with everything being brought back? What have you seen with the district and the parents and input?
Sure, and you know, I kind of have a unique perspective on this because at the time of the 2013 levy passage, I was an intern at Claggett Middle School, principal intern, and then associate principal. So I was kind of able to see, you know, in the trenches, the benefits of bringing back all of these various electives. And you know, Tina touched on this, and you touched on this, that the schools are really a reflection of the community that they serve. So in 2013, the community made a pretty strong statement that we wanted to see more opportunities for kids. And what I saw at Claggett when I was there was an excited student body who had so many more opportunities than they did previous to that levy passage. And Tina mentioned this, seeing middle school kids sit in study halls, sometimes over 100 students in a study hall before 2013, was a little disheartening or disenchanting, because you want to see kids in classrooms learning. So being able to add things like, we talked about digital media and helping our sixth graders really understand what it means to be a good digital citizen, exploring world languages, giving kids an opportunity to kind of see all the different options we have at the high school and get them thinking ahead to what languages they might want to study when they get there. Psychology is an interesting one. That was a student idea because we survey students and we ask them for their feedback and thoughts on what kind of electives we'd like to offer. And psychology was interesting because kids have questions about what they're going through and their changes in adolescence, and also want to learn more about friendships, bullying, and those sorts of topics. So what I saw was widely positive and beneficial for our students.
And what I like is the great cohesiveness that was, because not only at those meetings did we have the parents and the constituents, we also had students there pleading their cases for wanting these type of classes, whether it was the gifted program or other ones like you just mentioned with the psychology and digital media and everything like that. It was nice to see the great involvement of the community as a whole, from students to parents to administration, and it's really done well here for the district over the last 5 years. Would you both say so?
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. And then when we went to go do our strategic planning this year, we made sure to include all of those participants as well. We had students involved, parents involved, staff involved.
And that's great. You segued perfectly for my next question. I like that.
Yeah.
As you looked at that was something that was implemented here, the strategic plan back in June of 2017. And as you look at the strategic plan, you're able to look at what you're offering now, and now even able to look forward as to what you guys can still do if you get support of this levy coming up here on the May ballot, of other courses you guys might be able to offer. So do you guys want to touch on that a little bit?
Absolutely. We're so excited about the things that are coming up from the strategic planning process. So again, we had administrators involved, we had staff members involved, we had parents involved, and we had students involved. So it was a very thorough process, and we surveyed the community, we surveyed the staff, and we made sure that we understood what everybody wanted. And the number one thing everybody asked for, staff and community, was all-day kindergarten. And we are very excited to be able to offer all-day kindergarten. We have seen great differences in achievement levels of our all-day kindergarten. Right now, we currently offer a tuition-based all-day kindergarten program, and then we have a free half-day program. So we would like to see that all-day offered to all students. So that's one of the things that our strategic plan has to offer. Another one of the things that we're really excited about is an increase in inquiry-based learning opportunities for students. So inquiry-based learning means what people might have referred to as STEM or project-based learning. So where students are presented with scenarios, real-world problems that they then try to solve, and it's interdisciplinary. So they might be doing math and social studies and science all together, reading and writing to solve real-world problems, and then they'll go out to the community and offer their solutions. So it engages kids in a way that that makes them ready to go out into the real world and do the problem solving that's expected of them after high school. So that's something else that we're really excited about. And then bringing back even more electives. That was something that we heard very strongly from our high school, middle school, that they are interested in even more electives. And I know one thing that came back from our community survey was parents felt like their students should have more spoken languages offered. So that's something that we would like to look at, maybe offering a different spoken language. Right now we have Spanish and we have Latin, we have sign language, and we have Chinese, thank you. So those are our 4 languages that we offer, and so they felt like we should offer maybe another spoken language. So that's something that we would like to look at. Personal finance was something else parents have been talking a lot about, being able to offer high school students. So that's something else that we would like to look at under the elective side. In addition to that, on our strategic plan, we also would like to do more academic recognition. Some parents felt that they would like to see kids recognized for their academics. So we are planning to have a high school academic recognition awards night, so that freshmen, sophomores, and juniors could be awarded for the hard work that they do. So that's something that we're hoping to put into place next year. And also another big thing that we're looking at it with our strategic planning is expanding our college and career readiness programming. So we have been talking about adding things like a speaker series where kids could learn about the different kinds of engineering that are out there, or they could be talking about resume writing, career exploration, all those different topics could be brought up. And also college financial information nights for parents we know would be very helpful as parents try to navigate through getting their kids into college.
Yeah, and that's always a very hard thing. And what I love about this, everything you brought up in the strategic plan and the new courses really is doing an excellent job of preparing these students to go out in the real world, whether it's the languages because of the global marketplace we have now, financial the same way, resume building, everything like that really gets these kids on the right track to get their life started.
And that's what we've been hearing from businesses too. So we also have a business advisory council that we meet with that we just started this year, and that's what we've been hearing from businesses too. Those are the kinds of experiences they want to see from students who are graduating, and so that's what we're trying to offer to make our students marketable and able to go out and get a job or get into the college that they want.
Yeah, and I know we were recently able to go out and tape the Made in Medina County program that we do through our economic development with the city, and all the businesses there had nothing but rave reviews for the students that were a part of the process and how responsible and they treated the day and had resumes ready and how professional they were speaking to those businesses. So that was a good reflection on what's already in place and is only going to get better with passage of this levy to be able to provide these programs at the best point of all, no additional cost to the current resident, with the millage staying the same, the cost coming in at $6.6 million at a $5.2 mil levy on this substitute levy. So it's a great thing for the residents.
Yeah. And this is an age too where kids don't always know what they want to do next. They're kind of at this point where they're asking the question, who am I and what do I want to do? So expanding these opportunities gives them a chance to really have exposure to all the different options that are available to them so that they can start to plan for college and career. And that's something, at the middle school that's very exciting for students because they don't have the opportunity to make those choices before the 6th grade or the 7th grade. So building that foundation and starting to think ahead, what do I want to do when I grow up? It's a good opportunity with those electives.
Right, and you're exactly right. Then they can kind of find that career path, which then maybe leads them to the correct college, vocational school, whatever they need to do the career they want to do. It can point them in that direction and help parents, especially when it comes to costs for applying, like you said, trying to apply for those funds and get their collegiate careers underway. So that's definitely a great benefit. Outside the educational core, it brings you something as an added benefit to these students as they work their way through high school.
Absolutely.
So now, one of the biggest things, and I know we talked about this with Superintendent Sable, is trust. One of the main reasons we looked at the first ballot as a 5-year emergency levy was building that trust, that interaction and accountability with the community to hold the district accountable over the 5 years with those funds. Now looking at this substitute emergency levy, and it would become kind of a continuous levy after that. how would you see the administration or the district working to maintain that transparency and kind of hold yourself responsible to the community?
Right. And this is a really important question, because in order to maintain those strong partnerships with the community, we need to make sure that we're doing everything possible to communicate how we're rolling out the strategic plan. And one of the things that we'll do is make sure that we're constantly updating and providing updates on how we're doing and progressing with our action steps. Being able to communicate those things in public meetings, at our board meetings, being able to share where financial allocations are being placed, and really just celebrating the benefits of all of these new things that we're able to implement as a result of the levy passage. So we're going to be very clear with the community as to how we're rolling things out as we move through the next couple of years here.
I think it's a big statement that we're able to add in all this exciting programming for no new money. Is a testament to how fiscally responsible the district has been. So I'm really excited that all this programming can come back and no taxes will be raised.
And actually not even raised, but they might even see a little bit of a savings as well. So that's a key point to make sure we make clear to the residents and the constituents that you're exactly right. Not only are you going to get the programming you asked for 5 years ago, but thanks to the strategic plan, you're even going to make it even better at no or even a cost savings to the voters and constituents.
Right. So
definitely a great thing to have here, and that's something too that, as we talk about all this, all the information can be found on the Medina City Schools website, www.medinabees.org, and you can go through and click on the Moving Forward levy that you've seen on the wide shot here a few times. You click on that link on the website, and that'll take you directly in to all the information you want to know about the levy. It'll have the strategic plan there as well, so if people really want to go through and dissect that strategic plan on their own and formulate questions on their own. I know you guys would probably encourage that. The more questions you can answer, the better between now and May for all residents. And if you maybe don't like the internet, you can always give a phone call in to Medina City Schools at 330-636-3010. Again, 330-636-3010. And if you have a question and you want to send it in via email, you can send that to levyinfo2018@medinabees.org. Again, levyinfo2018@medinabees.org. So those are different ways that the residents can reach out to you guys, and someone, whether it's a superintendent or an administrator that might be a little more expertise in a certain area, can answer those questions. I know I've asked you guys a lot of questions here, and you definitely see your excitement with being able to bring some of these programs, continue what we have, and bring even more to the table for our students. Is there anything that I may have missed as we're going through this process that you guys want to bring up now?
No, I just want to reiterate how excited that we are for all the new programming. I really think that our district is headed in the right direction. We've got a lot of great things coming.
And I agree with that completely.
And that's something too, and I guess that's the key as we bring that up, and I think Matt mentioned that too. With that strategic plan is something you're always analyzing and looking to improve. And I think Superintendent Sable said it also as well, that it's constantly being reviewed.
Right.
Yep, and we are open to feedback, and we would welcome questions. So again, if people have questions, to feel free to contact us. We are also doing community chats. So if people would like to attend those as well, those are on our website, and they can ask questions at that time, and we're all there, so we're all able to answer them for them.
That's great. And again, you go to, like I said, call into the schools, 330-636-3010. Send your questions via email at levyinfo2018@medinabees.org. Or if you just have questions and want to find out more information, just go to the medinabees.org website, click on the Medina City Schools Moving Medina Forward logo, and that'll get you all the information you need. Tina and Matt, I want to thank you guys for taking your time today to join me in here in studio and answer some questions. And I'm sure I'll be talking to you a lot more between now and May, but we look forward to hearing more wonderful things that the district has to offer with this levy. So thank you.
All right, thank
Thank you.
And that'll put a wrap on this edition of this program. Again, make sure you check out the Medina City Schools website to find out all your information about the upcoming levy this May. Have a great night, everyone.